Okay, today I'm here to show you my Commodore C64C, but not only that, the SYSOP-64, which is a cartridge board that's fairly new that you can get now. He has a GitHub, and also he sells them on eBay for about $250. It includes a bottom board that connects to the C64. It uses a DE10 Nano like a Mr. FPGA, and then it has this top board with the buttons and the lights. And as you see, the DE10 Nano connects to the Ethernet, and there is a USB hub that can connect to a keyboard. And it also has a wire that has to go inside the computer that connects to 3 pins on the CPU so that it can do what it needs to do. Over here on this side is the HDMI and the power. And as you can see, it has a pass-through cartridge port. So I have the Ultimate 2 Plus L connected to it so that I can do some stuff later. So let's go ahead and power this thing up. He started with the IceVic, which was just the HDMI support through the cartridge port, but this is the next generation SYSOP-64, which does the HDMI output through the cartridge port, but has a Linux kernel running on the DE10 Nano and the pass-through cartridge port. So I guess the first thing we can do is look at the menu. You see it has a menu, and you can load up all kinds of D64s, PRGs, and stuff like that on here. But it has some built-in stuff, including Mindslayer. Just going to reset it with the button there. We got the menu again. Games. I've loaded OneLoad-64 and all kinds of very fun things on there. Looking for a certain one. Favorites. Gianna Sisters, that's what we want. This is where these 3 wires that go through the cartridge port and connect to the CPU come into play. You gotta have those, or stuff like this won't work with Great Gianna Sisters. Oh, we gotta press 1. And right there, that's how you know if it works or not. All right, let's reset. Let's look at loading a PRG. GUI-64 seems fun. Let's try that. I'm gonna unplug this joystick. Here we go. And there we go, and we can do our little things with GUI-64. Isn't that fun? Let's reset. What do we want to do next? Well, the DMA demo. So I have the USB keyboard, and you can bring up the Linux kernel through the USB keyboard on the on-screen, but I find it way easier to do it through the laptop through SSH. Okay, so we're in the DMA demos directory, and now let's try one of these demos. Anim demo. Oops, if I can type. /anim demo. Here we go. You can see the lights are lit up on the eyeballs on the SYSOP because it's using DMA to do all this fun stuff that normally a C64 couldn't do. Let's try another one. We'll do BM logo too. Blood Mosher, he's the guy that makes this SYSOP-64, so that's how you can search for it on Google. And we got one more, hold on. This is the DMA test. Okay, and this is the sound demo. And that's fun. Okay, now I'm going to do something that utilizes that Ultimate 64. I'm going to load C64OS. The Ultimate 64 provides the RU and the modem. Now, but the Ultimate 64 can also load the JiffyDOS kernel, which I have done, and it works in this situation, but the SYSOP-64 can load the JiffyDOS kernel itself. So let's try that. All right, we're gonna load kernel JiffyDOS. Okay, CMD18 resets the thing so it has the custom kernel on. Now we're gonna do CMD0 to reboot the C64. Now we have JiffyDOS. All right, let's see if we can load C64OS. All right, load. $. Oops, didn't do that right. $, $10. Device not present error. Let's reboot the C64. Because I did not have the SD2IEC plugged in, so we need to try it again. Do we still have JiffyDOS? Load. $10. There we go. So let's load C64OS, 10. Run. There you go. There's so many more things that SYSOP-64 can do. You can write programs on Linux that load on the C64. You can load directly from Linux D64s and PRGs and stuff if you don't want to use the menu. And it's a fairly new project, so he's updating the kernel and adding new features all the time. So there you go. Thanks a lot.